Alright, everyone. This is Varsity Scrim Pod of this past Thursday. Map is Eichenwald, so it's 10-5. Alright, so again, we'll start over with just what the team comps are. They're running the Tracer Ball with the Echo and the Mercy. This is no different than us running the Echo with the Genji. The Tracer on this map is okay. But on the second part of this map, it shouldn't give you guys a lot of trouble. Essentially, our supports just need to stay alive. We end up swapping to a Brig comp against them in later maps. I tried to start off with Nene to see if you could get a pick on the Echo. Just doesn't happen. So hit scan Nene is probably going to be a no-go. But we'll keep trying something there. As far as target priority, what we want to do against this is we want to collapse on their Illari, and I kept saying this over and over again. Like, we need to kill this Illari, right? So if Mercy's flying above the Echo, if their Tracer's flanking, if the Ball's flanking, like, what is the Illari going to be doing in their comp? That's the person we should be targeting at all times, because they're going to have the lowest amount of mobility, and even if they put a pylon or something like that up there, the team can't peel back fast enough. So that's the idea here. So let's just see what they run in. They're probably just going to try to scout. Their Ball's going to go for the flank. It's going to try to go for our back line. Let's go back. I can't believe I missed that. So I don't know how we just let Nene die here immediately. Both of my supports are right here, and you both turn to try to save Nene. Everyone's peeling back, right? And this is a huge misconception teams have against ball players. Your job's not to kill ball. Your job is to kill everybody. Like, this person's free! Look at this! Cap! Ecor, if you guys just look at this! Like, again, forget about ball. Yes, Nene died. Cool. Trade for their support backline. Do something like that. Nene was going to swap anyways. I just wanted to see how you would go against an Echo right away. Obviously, they won't ball. I just want to see the hit scan come out. We need to start running more hit scans just for the next battle that's going to be coming back up. But you can't do this. Cap, this right here, not your job. Don't ever peel for ball. You are a tank. Same thing with piercing, right? If piercing's in here, you can't kill a ball player. Unless you're running like a JQ who can like knife him away from your team. Even if you're trying to land, like, you can't even land a jab up there to help Nene. Like, Nene is dead because our supports are just awfully positioned. If anything, Shadow should have seen the ball come in. Should have probably TP'd to Nene for heals. Then they both stay alive. Then they just drop down for cruisers for healing. They shouldn't have dropped back into a room against a ball. It doesn't make any sense of this rotation that just happened here with Shadows and Nene. Nene, remember, look at where your supports are. They're right below you. You could have... I understand the second the ball came out, Shadow should have said, hey, ball's here, ball's here. You look where the ball is, just drop down for the team for more healings. These two right here should not even... Look at the space you just gave them. You gave them both corners of the alleyway here. So, Nene dies because Nene is officially a Genji player. Now, because we all peeled back, we're all essentially huddled into this room. We don't want to be in a room with a ball. It's no different than a Doom. All we're going to do is give him all charge with the boots. Cap is peeling back. Honestly, at this point, him and Torb should just be pushing forward. And this is what I mean. Like, we're pushing back, but we can't push back forever, you know. I understand Nene's gone, but we just have to push forward to keep pressure off. That goes with you too, Igor, right? Like, we need you to engage it. Like, don't worry about the... Again, don't worry about the ball. My supports should not be down to pod drivers if they're keeping LOS from each other, but I guess they're not. Yeah, so this is what I mean, because you can't die to that, and I don't understand why we would go up there knowing the ball's there too. We could just get pile drived on. If anything, you would stay here, and then the Kiriko player would take an off angle with my Torb and my Orisa, right? So that you're able to heal the Kiriko, and then the Kiriko can heal you and heal the DPS. That's essentially how that would be the rotation that would happen. You going out and exposing yourself is just not good. It's not good for you, for the team. It's very easy to get picked on, and it's happened constantly with my Ana players. You guys have to learn how to live. Please, learn how to live. Use your resources. You should be able to sleep every tank that comes your way. If not, go to the practice the sleeping game with Ana, whatever it's called, in the cousin games, and literally just do it over and over again. You guys have to hit those sleeps and then just rotate out of the way. It's not that big deal. It's just painful to watch when I see that we have picks here, and then we're probably gonna end up losing the point because my supports are just dead. And there it is. I lost the point. Also, Nene, against a team comp like this, we can't run the hit scan unless we run a Mercy. So that's a call that you and your supports are going to have to make. If we go Mercy, right, can our other supports sustain? So if our other supports say Kuzer, but Kuzer's still dying to the ball, we can't run the Mercy, which means we can't run the hit scan, right? So ideally, the second situation to that would be is you can mirror the Echo because they don't have anything else. So it would essentially be you and the Echo, you and their Echo mirroring each other, and it would be Ecor tracking essentially the Tracer with the Alari. Like, that would be their job. And you'll have Cap there for follow-ups on those dives. Like, you're putting in work, right? And this is what I mean. Like, you're putting in work, but you're... And... Again, right? It's like we don't know where the ball is. We lose Shadows, and we're going to lose Kuzer immediately. So... We're just not positioned well as a team. So the way it works, right, and I don't know if I've gone over fully on this map. I think we're going to have to start doing that as a team. I'll probably go through it better on attack. But the idea is, this is first choke, right? Once you get the card through here, you take positioning, you get the card through here. Then you take positioning. Then you get the card through here. Then you take positioning. And then this is the last positioning of the card, right? And by then, the team should either be owning high ground or pushing low with some type of pressure from up top, right? So the way that we're playing it right now is we give them so much space, right? So they essentially took first checkpoint, and these are like mini checkpoints on a map. First checkpoint, they took first corner, they're taking now second corner. That means we're giving them the third corner because we died. Even though Nene got 2 picks, the whole rest of the team died. Right, so essentially we can't let this happen, right? I understand we're fighting this here now, Cap, but as a team, you guys have to be like, okay, we're engaging here early, and I want you guys to take the early fight here, because then you prevent progress from the first checkpoint. Okay, we all die here, that's fine. Then we get another retake probably over here. But us letting them get a free push on this payload, trying to take high ground but not getting anything out of it, right? Because we got mined on and everything. Now they got first checkpoint, second checkpoint on the corner. It's actually third checkpoint. Once they own this high ground, it is a very tough map to try to take back from you, because they're going to be able to pepper you from anywhere. They're going to have cover. They have a little health pack. They have a bag underneath. They're going to have healers. It's just painful. All right, so by us losing and not taking on that first fight early, we essentially made it very easy for them to at least take it to this next corner, which is going to be right here. And as you can see, they're essentially all positioning all over again, and resetting for the next corner. Okay. I understand your thought process there to just kind of spread the Molten Core on the point, but honestly, that's got to be a better value out of it, as in, you know, this isn't the end of the fight. They don't have to touch the point, so why are we Molten Core on the point if we know they don't have to touch it? We Molten Cored a little bit up here, but they're easily able to spread out. If anything, I would have liked to have gotten a nano out or a rush, and then you guys just push with that instead of using that Molten Core there. Ecor, it's not on you, but we're essentially using 2 zoning ults. So we used mines, right? We used mines, and we're using your Molten Core, but they don't have to be here. I mean, they're not a dumb team, right? So the second they see this, all they're going to do is run away. So we got 1 with mines. They used their ults. They kite away. Now we're using rush. You know, these are just poorly timed ults. What is the thought process behind this? Why are we ulting? Like, now Molten Core makes sense. Now that we forced them onto the point. If you're not going to be able to take this corner from up here, just wait until this part right here, where you know that they have to rotate to get to the point, either from the left side or from the middle. Then you can engage if you're not confident that the team can clear high ground. right? As a team, you guys have to understand, hey, can we go clear that high ground and not take losses? If we ult, are we going to get value from that location? If not, wait for the payload, wait for them to push a little bit more, and then take it here. Like, rush here would have been crucial, right? Like, this is a huge rush alley. You just rush right here, and then your team gets immense value. Instead, we rush over here. Why? I don't know. People were already dead. We ulted, again, no value. We molten cord, again, no value out of 3 ults, and that just can't happen. So right here, I thought we were gonna get a touch out of this. Again, we still have Nano on cooldown. Cap, like this is on tank. Somebody like, what are we gonna do here? Do we want to push in? We're not gonna push in. We're just all over the place, just giving them free time and ult charge. If you're not gonna push in, just kite it back and play for the next corner. That's all you have to say. You can either do it or you don't, but just be decisive about what you want to do. Gonna get rolled. I don't even think we get a touch out of this. This is a good job on you, Cap, for stalling for so long, but there's only so much you're gonna do. The Echo and Mercy get free reign. We're not able to kill them. At this point, it's all about target priority, and I'm gonna go back and we'll just start this from scratch. Because every time I watch it, it's just confusing. So we're gonna have the high noon from Nene, which is great. Nene, you probably should just turn right. If we go back, don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. Yeah. Only so much you can do. Use out of that ult, that's fine. Alright, so once that gets popped, right, we're gonna have E-Core shooting ball. Nene dies to the mines. We're able to get the Echo trade. We're not able to get the Mercy. Mercy gets off the res. We're still not able to get the Mercy or the Illari. The Illari is free. The Mercy's free. Again, right, ball is last priority. I gotta tell you guys, ball is the last person you want to kill in this stupid comp. The sustain on it is gonna be crazy. The Illari can just shoot up from above. Look at this pylon. Nice EMP. You don't have enough burst, E-Core. If you're gonna EMP, it's not even worth it. Use it on the ball. Just use it on the squishies. It's just target priority. Yeah, it is what it is. We don't get kills. There's nothing else we can do there.
Ready for battle.
Alright, so against the ball, Cap, I want us to be able to mirror the ball, but until we can get a support line that can live through the ball, kind of like we ran on Midtown when we fixed everything, it's going to be really tough. In that situation, I'd rather want to dive out of this and collect our squishies in the Illari, just like we started doing on this map. So they're always going to give us space, right? So the one thing you guys have to understand when you play against ball is ball players will always give you the space. Because they want to give you the space so they can come after your backline, right? Which means when we are running a dive against a ball, we want to be as aggressive as humanly possible, right? We cannot sit back here. If we sit back here, we will never be able to engage. We need to full send against their backline because they have no front line to come shield them. Right? Even if the ball goes back there to pod drive, it does not matter. The ball can't absorb damage, can't block off dash, can't land us, nothing. It is literally, we are full sending into their backline because we will come kill the ball after the fact. That is the idea behind this. So again, right, and we make the adjustments. I might just skip over to the next part when we get off the hit scan because the hit scan wasn't going to work here. It's too slow. So let's just do that. Like, the echo's not even the problem. It's their support backline is just able to stay alive forever. Nice kill by Nene. We're able to collapse on the others. Like, tell me, who can they kill? How are they able to sustain with an Olari and a Mercy if we dive them both? They can't nade you guys. They can't sleep you guys. I don't know. They can't even shield bash you away. They can't teleport out. This is one of those comps where all you have to do is go after their backline. Forget the ball and forget their DPS. Just kill the backline. Every single time, that should be your goal. Once their backline's gone, they have nothing to fight for. Alright, so we're going to talk about this Iconwell Mac. We haven't played it often, right? So the idea is we stage here, but we have to wait for this card to push. We were being very aggressive, which I am 100% okay with. If they had reset on time, though, and you guys push 3v5, you're going to get rolled. The card finally makes its way through, I think. Yeah, it's finally making its way through. So then we're able to push up. We want to control this corner. Kuzer's on the cart, doing a good job. Like, once we're being super aggressive against their backline, they have no way to go. Like, this is what I wanted to do from the beginning. Right? The Olari is a problem. That's why Cap and Nene have to go in on the Olari so that Ecor gets a fair 1v1 fight with their Echo. If Cap and Ecor do not jump on the Olari, right, that means essentially Ecor is going to be taking on the Olari and taking on the Echo on the Sky. Again, the Olari's a little broken to the damage, right? So it is what it is. Again, Nene hates us for this, but I keep saying this is look at this. This is perfect. Like, this is what I want on the dive engagements. Right? We pull the Valk to make sure Nene lives. We're gonna have the bubble for zoning, which means Nene isn't gonna get completely destroyed. Right? Because the Echo definitely sees Nene now, right? Like, it is what it is. So that is the goal of a dive with a Winston and an Echo, right? Because you're getting a shield bubble for a split second, you're able to dash through, and the Echo has beam. So if Winston gets him low, and then Nene dashes through, that beam is a guaranteed kill. Look at that. Nene's blade coming in clutch. Good peel from both my supports there on the Winston. Unfortunate you got stuck. Great rise, by the way, Shadows. I thought you were toast here, but good glide time. Alright, so this is where we have to be careful, right? We just lost Kuzer, and we just lost Shadows. Cap, Nene, and Igor. Stop. Like, the fight is over. The fight is over. You have no supports. You used 3 ults earlier. You were able to push a payload pretty much almost to that second checkpoint. The fight is over. You all have to reset. Look at the time clock right now. We're at 2:07. Let's see how long this fight goes on because of we just deciding to stay here without us resetting. Let's see if we even get a single pick after the fact. So Cap dies. We're not gonna kill the Echo. It's got 2 pockets. Like, Nene knows this. It's too late. Dead. Right? So now we're down 2 with a stagger. We are at 2:07. That was the time clock when this fight should have ended. Nene's still coming out of spawn. Okay, that'll probably stop there. Let's say 2:37. So they essentially just milked 30 seconds off the clock because we didn't want to reset. We were going to have to reset anyways. We should have just died there. We would have wasted maybe 10 seconds because we only needed to wait for our 2 supports to come back. One is a Mercy, one's the Kiriko they can TP and then fly to. And then we probably would have saved 15 seconds on the re-engagement. We don't do that, 30 seconds go by. That's bad time management. You guys should understand the flow of the game. You're a tank, you're 2 DPS, your supports are dead, what are you? You're essentially useless out there. Nene literally fighting demons against the ball. Good 2 picks. Larry dies. The ball comes back up. Again, Mercy should be priority number 1. Again, we should be ignoring the ball, ignoring the ball, ignoring the ball. Nice. Echo's back. We should be focusing on the Echo. Focus on the Echo. Focus on the Echo. Focus on the Echo. Cap's the only one on their backline. We're still shooting a ball. We're still shooting a ball. Why are we shooting a ball? We're still shooting a ball. Shadows gets killed by their Echo because we didn't kill the Echo in time. Good blade by Nene. The Echo's still alive. Finally, Echo's dead. But I gotta see this. When did Kuzer die? Wow, Kuzer died early in this fight. There. Wow, so Kuzer dies to the Echo immediately. Yeah, so again, right, when we lose our support like that, we have to trade this early. Like, they have to die. If they don't die, we're not winning this with just a Mercy pocket. We lost Kuzer immediately into this fight. Even if Shadow pops Valk, the goal should be to kill their supports immediately as a team. Cap's the only one doing it. Like, Nene, I understand, you know, you're just doing what Nene does, but, like, Ecor, your target priority should always be these 2. Like, ignore the ball. I don't understand what this whole being on point is for. There's no reason for it. So now we lost Shadows because their Echo's free. Yeah, that's just a scrappy fight. Just target priorities all over the place. Again, this only works if we kill their backline. If they kill our backline first, then we're toast, right? Kuzer, you have to live. You and Shadows have to communicate when you guys are low. Tell Shadows you need Valk to live. Just make that call out. I don't know what else I can tell you guys. There's no reason for you to die there if we have the heals right next to you. Same with Shadows. Like, if you guys don't want to heal each other against ball dives, you guys are in trouble. And that's why I had to put Pickles in and Bowser in against ball. And if you, we're gonna do a VOD review of that game just because I want you guys to see all what you have to really do against ball. Cap, that's unlucky. Double stuck. Again, Kuzer dies again to the ball. Kuzer, I don't understand what's going on here. Because I'm gonna be real honest with you. Okay, you TP here. Okay. That's fine. Oh my god. Next time you TP to someone, can you at least ask if they're okay? Because you TP'd into a Winston with an Echo. This is just painful. Like, had you just been patient and probably climbed up here and then just been healing from above, I think you live this. Like, the idea here is that your positioning should have been here. This Kiriko. There's no reason. Like, the only way you would have TP'd in is TP'd to point if someone was about to die. But you TPing to Nene because Nene's taking on the Echo, which again, Nene, that's not your responsibility, right? It's an Echo on Echo. You're supposed to go after their backline with Cap, right? But if you want to take on the Echo here for whatever the situation is, you have to say, hey, I might die here, and just let Nene die, and then you can go up here. Maybe Shadows can come back and get a res. But by you going to try to save Nene against an Echo who's Winston at the moment, and you used already your cleanse and your TP to get to him, you're essentially both dead. And their DPS knew exactly. They did not care about Nene. They could have easily killed Nene. They went after you. That's just bad positioning, bad communication, all the way around on my support backline. You didn't even have to heal Nene there. Like, Nene, like, essentially got out. But because you tried to do that, he got killed. You got killed. So you, for what reason? I mean, I know I knock on you guys, but like, yeah, supports. You don't die for a DPS like that. It's just the value of you dying to try to save a DPS is awful. I'd rather you stay alive and help your other DPS who's still in a better position and your tank live and your support live than you try to save someone and then die immediately. You died twice now in 30 seconds. Alright, so again, I think our engagements as a whole, I know it's overtime here, but prior to this being overtime, we want to control high ground, find out where the supports are, go after the supports, target priority, target priority, target priority. The reason they swapped off Ilari, right, is because they were getting completely destroyed on the dive. So what does that mean? You still go after the same person. You still go kill their supports. You make the supports' lives miserable. Our supports are just not playing correctly, right? So that's on our supports side. But their supports are becoming a problem because they're alive for so long. So if we're able to focus their supports down, the rest of the team collapses. But when we're not doing that, it's a problem. And again, you also want to take care of the Echo. When the Echo's coming in, the Echo's free. They don't even have a Mercy anymore. That should be a free pick every time for my DPS. I don't know why we're chasing a ball. I don't know why, you know, we're just on point trying to, I don't know, get mines here. It's pointless. Just go after their backline. Ecor, by the way, this is on you too. If you're in a situation where like you copy a ball, right, and maybe ball's not your hero and you're not getting really value, it's just you think your job's to solve. No, literally go and face tank their team with a mercy pocket, right? So then they essentially kill you out of copy, so then you can get your Echo and actually do damage on Echo, right? There's no reason for you to go be on ball if you're not gonna do anything. But if that's the hero you want to copy, that's fine, right? But you go over there, you do a pod driver, you shoot them, put pressure. All right, they get you out of copy, it's whatever. You're there back on Echo using your beam. Because I'll be honest, I don't think mines would have netted us any value here, because their team's just all mobile. Yeah. All right, so we'll go over this. Target priority is a big one. Position is a big one. Again, my supports, you guys got to speak up. Talk to each other, please. There's no reason, what is it, 12 and 11 deaths we're at right here? That's insane. They're at 8 and 5. And they're running the same comp. So that's all just positioning errors from both of you. Right? Either you ult to save each other, or ult properly, or disengage, or TP correctly, or Valk when needed, or when, you know, you have to start making these judgment calls on your own. You know, I'm trying to watch as much as on the front line as possible, but in this game, it was very much apparent that we were just dead on our back line, which is why I told Cap he can't play ball. I said, listen, you could mirror the ball here, but your back line's going to be dead. So even if we want to go something else, there's not really much else we can do. Like, I'm trying to make it so your backline lives as much as possible, because that's the only way my DPS and my tank are going to get value. So that means Winston has to come out for some shielding of the bubbles, and that means Nene and Ecor, I had to bring out the Ana and the Brig on the next map, right? So it's unfortunate that's what I had to do. It's not the comp that I want to run against this, because that really puts us in a position that on the map like this, if I were to run an Ana Brig, my Ana would have such a limited sight lines to any flanking of our DPS and tank, which is very bad. On a map like Midtown, you can run the Ana and the Brig because the sight lines are linear, right? And there's limited high ground other than on third point. And even on third point, once they get to that long strip, the Ana and the Brig are able to sustain without a problem. But on maps like Eichenwald, we're talking about Gibraltar, we're talking about Dorado, maps like that, you can't be running an Ana Brig. You're going to get destroyed, because then I need mobility. So what am I going to do, run a sim against this team? It's not going to work. So I need my support lines to start talking to each other and live. You should not have 11 and 12 deaths is what it looks like here. This is painful to watch. Alright, so that ends this video here. We'll work on this. I think the game is going to swap to a mirror or a comp similar to this at the start of Season 7. I don't know how. Based on the Sombra rework and what I've seen, I think it's going to be a much more aggressive comp versus tanks. With a Sombra Echo or a Sombra even Tracer or a Sombra Genji, tanks are going to be much more easily to to be essentially deleted, especially because Torb is getting nerfed, May buffs are coming in, Bastion has already been nerfed a little, Risa, Azaria also getting nerfed. Because of all that's happening, I can see it becoming more of an aggressive dive meta with the Sombra, right? Sombra hacks, Genji, Echo, whatever the other DPS is, the other tank collapses, you get an anti in there, you get a damage boost in there, whatever the situation is, that extra damage on that tank, they're going to be fighting for their lives, which is then going to force a Kiriko cleanse. So I can see a Kiriko cleanse coming out. I don't think the BAP will be able to sustain against this, just because if it's a full dive, the immortality saving you at 20 HP is still not going to be enough, unless your team's playing perfectly. We'll see how it goes, but I can see this happening more often, and that's why I want to start running this a little bit better. And we should, especially on maps like this, where you can't really run Brawl. Alright, so that's just my end review of this. I'll see you at the next one.